Good afternoon. My name is Drew Franklin. I'm here at the Joe Kraft UK Basketball Practice Facility. I don't know if that's the official name, but close enough. And it's Kentucky Basketball Media Day. Big crowd here. We just heard from Mark Pope for about 45 minutes. You can watch that here on KSR's YouTube channel. Right now, we're going to go around and talk to all the players. It's the breakout interviews. You get one-on-ones with the whole team. We got new players, old players, a nice mix of everything. We're going to go meet them all, have some conversations, counting down. We got Big Blue Madness coming up. And today, kind of the unofficial kickoff of the season with Media Day. Let's take a lap around the building. Can't be interrupting phone time over here. What's up, Jasper?
What's up?
Good to see you here in the uniform finally. You know, you've been around a long time here in Lexington. How's it feel to actually be wearing the blue and representing the team now as an official member?
Yeah, it feels great. Like you said, I'm from here, so I've always had the dream of being able to become a Kentucky men's basketball player. So now that I'm here, it feels like a dream come true.
I talked to your dad last week on our radio show, and he mentioned it's nice having you closer to home. You know, you stepped away for the last couple of years of high school, but he's trying to keep you at a distance. But he has said you've popped in at home a few times for some food and to get some things around the house. But is it nice being back near your family?
Yeah, it definitely is. Get to see my parents. My dad has, went through a similar process, so being able to stay close to him and talk to him about things that maybe have been difficult for me in my freshman year are great. Going home, getting a nice fresh cooked meal from my mother is great. She still does my laundry and stuff sometimes. Being able to see my grandmother as well. It's a lot of upsides to, coming back home.
I know they're excited. Lots of people excited to watch you. You've forever been playing up a skill level and age. Stepped away and went to OTE last year. Now you're a freshman in the SEC. I know you haven't gotten out and played any games yet, but just from early practice, have you felt a big jump up in just the physicality?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, I've played up the past couple of years of my high school career. Also, getting here late from USA, so having to adjust much faster. But yeah, there's definitely a change in physicality coming from the high school level to college. I'm playing against guys that are 2-3 years older than me. So just learning fast and how to adjust on the fly is something that I've put into my game and has helped me grow.
You were eager to get here this summer, I can only imagine, but you did have to go represent our country. We all appreciate you doing that. But what was just the honor of wearing that USA, even though you were a couple days behind catching up here?
Yeah, definitely. I know that's a big opportunity, that only 15 kids get to have. So I know going to USA, it was really fun and a big honor to be able to represent my country and go overseas and compete to win a gold medal. I'm definitely excited that I got to do that, and I feel like I made the most of it.
We all know what you can do on offense, but Coach Pope was saying that you've been really working hard, working on that defense. How do you feel like you've improved defensively so far?
Yeah, I feel like I've improved a lot. Putting on more muscle to my frame is helping me, take on bumps and try to get over screens and stuff like that. Starting to be more vocal on the defensive side helps me and my teammates around me in positioning. So watching more film and stuff like that. But I feel like I've improved a lot on defense.
There's a lot of big personalities and names on the roster, returners from a year ago, you're a highly touted freshman. When you all get together, there's some guys that kind of separate themselves as leaders that have maybe guys have already been here or captain, at least just vocally, and trying to welcome everybody in here.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like everybody who's returning, has given me some advice, from Trent Noah to Collin Chandler, telling me about stories of them from their last season, their first year, and how it went. Otega and BG also telling me how Coach Pope is and how the SEC games go. But, yeah, everybody has given me a piece of advice to try to help me get better. But everybody is really good to talk to, and I feel like our chemistry has been great so far.
What about you and the other freshmen? You all close and kind of going through learning things together?
Yeah, definitely. Me and Braden, played against each other a couple times in high school, and I was really excited for him to, commit here and come here. But he's been growing as well. Learning to. Me and him, came in kind of at the similar weight, and we've been competing. We're trying to gain the most weight and who can add to their game more and get out and get more reps and stuff like that. But yeah, him as well, and Malachi Moreno, he's also has, been a big factor in our offense and stuff like that, and game plans going into the season. He's been a great help of mine as well. He was here before me. It's great to talk to the other freshmen before we get to the season.
Were you just eating everything to gain weight? They have just told you just
Yeah, really, haven't eaten multiple smoothies, eating during practice, drinking a lot more fluids to keep my water weight and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just eating a lot more fluids to try to keep my weight.
You get any tips from your pops? Because obviously he was able to move some.
Yeah, definitely. Really, I go into my grandmother's house. I try to go down there. She loves to cook me meals. So I went down there this summer before school started for about 3 days, and I gained like 7 pounds just by eating her food and cooking me meals.
You got any personal goals or maybe team goals for the season?
Yeah, I have a couple personal goals. Trying to be freshman of the year, SEC freshman of the year as well. But team goals are obviously trying to be better. That's the main reason I came here. I know that we have an opportunity to come to the University of Kentucky, high expectations. So definitely trying to win a national championship.
I hear about these meals. It's like Thanksgiving
Yeah.
Day. What's your favorite thing that she makes?
Ooh, favorite things that she makes. Definitely pancakes. I probably eat pancakes when I'm over at her house for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So pancakes for sure.
Good talking to you, Jay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Talk about on the court, off the court. What kind of the transition's been like? I'm sure it's a complete change of scenery from Croatia to Kentucky. Just what kind of that's been like, and what's maybe something that you've liked in Kentucky?
It's far from home, but like a city for like city, it's not a big difference, honestly. The food is like, I like the food. I mean, I was in America 2 times at like a week or 2 before, and even then I said even when I didn't knew I will come here, I said that I like the American lifestyle, the America. So I think I really like it here, and I think Lexington is a balance between like a cool modern city, but on the other hand, it has like a cool countryside. So I like it here.
Did he tell you not to try out any specific food?
The one thing I knew about him is that he killed himself with the Papa John's pizza the first 2 weeks. So he was really sick. So he said, "Don't do that." But he didn't give me any other warnings. So, yeah.
Your teammates doing a good job of showing you around beyond the basketball?
Oh yeah, I really, if someone asked me like to say one teammate who's been like the best for me, I couldn't do it because all the guys everyone just like, you want to go here, you want to go there, let me show you this, let me show you that, restaurants, events, everything. So they've been doing a good job introducing me to the town and to the food and tradition and everything. So that's pretty much it.
It's still a little early since you got here, but have your fans started to swarm you and mob you when you go out yet? Because it's coming if they haven't yet.
Yeah, I mean it's not like the whole town stops when I go out, but the fans really do come at me, and that's really something important to me and really crazy to me, and I love it. Honestly, I love it.
Have the guys told you what to expect Saturday with Big Blue Madness? Kind of first introduction?
No, honestly.
Things are going to change.
Yes, they say, but they didn't give me any introduction, so it's I'm not even asking much questions because I wanna be surprised, honestly. But when I saw that we sold out all the tickets at like 20 minutes, it just shows the dedication and love, and I can't wait for Saturday.
Fans are a little crazy around here in a good way.
Yeah, in a great way.
Did you know any of your teammates before committing and getting over here? Did you kind of?
Honestly, I did not. They just after the commitment, they contacted me through social media, but I didn't know anyone before. I didn't play anyone before, so even on the World Championships, I never played Team USA, so I really didn't know anyone.
This person looks a lot more important than me, so I'm going to shut up and let her get in here.
She's Roscoe's little sister, kid reporter. But I did a hot too.
That your campus?
You got to start working on your autograph, Ryan. They got it down pretty quick.
Here you go.
Nice.
You might decide this
Yes,
too.
of course.
Oh, you already know. Okay. You're too cool. Thank you so much.
Here you go.
We'll be at Big Blue Madness, so we're
Thank you.
excited.
Thank you. I appreciate
You better get used to doing that. It's going to be a lot of it.
Start practicing.
You're not new to this area and this program, but to finally be wearing that right there and officially be a part of this, how's it feeling so far, even though it's only been a month or 2?
It's unbelievable. The love that we get from the fans and the love that we get from everybody around us in the community. I think just having that kind of love, it makes it so much easier, and you're just here, you're thinking, wow, I'm playing for the University of Kentucky. Like, there's no better place to be.
Jasper admitted he sneaks home occasionally. Mom still does laundry, got to get home cooked meal. Are you locked in on campus, or you get home a little bit too to just check on the family?
I get home a little bit too. I try to go back and see my mom. My brother got married last weekend, and that was a lot of fun. So I always try to see my family as much as I can, because without my family, I'm not where I'm at today. So.
Yeah, occasionally you just gotta get home and get somebody cook food for you, do a few chores.
My mom always makes the food, and it's unbelievable every time I eat it. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you ready to get out? Go ahead.
I was just saying, what have some of the veteran guys told you and the other freshmen about what to expect about Big Blue Madness, about heading into Rupp Arena for the first time?
Kind of just like when you first step out, just to take a second and just take it all in. Like, you're at the top of college basketball, and there's not going to be another experience like that.
You got any tricks up your sleeve for Madness? Because you know how this works. Pick a song, you get your dance. You've been thinking that through, or just going to wing it when it gets here?
I've been thinking it through a little bit, but we're going to have to wait. Everybody's going to have to wait and see what tricks are up my sleeve once Big Blue Madness comes around.
Thanks a lot, guys.
I was just talking to Andrija and a couple other guys who are truly new, and they've mentioned a lot of the veterans and then some of the local guys, including, which would be you, kind of just help getting acquainted to things that aren't basketball. Has you had any struggles with just the college part and just being out on your own, and some of the older guys have helped you out a little bit, or anything outside of just the actual work you're putting in here?
I feel like everybody's been helpful in every single way. They've kind of made this transition from high school to college a little easier for me. But, being a local guy and being from here, like, I kind of know what to expect. And just, I'm a student athlete, the student comes first. So I feel like I always take school very serious, and I'm here to learn, and I'm here to get better.
It's still very early in the process, but every once in a while we get like a minute clip of what's been going on in practice. It's our way of checking in. We won't call out any names, but there's one where you dunked on someone's head, maybe getting one of your elderly teammates here pretty good. Is there just a lot of that, whether you or other guys, just a lot of that competitive, maybe some highlight reel plays been going on so far?
Most definitely. We compete every single day, and things like that are going to happen. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to make each other better and make each other more prepared for what's to come in the season.
Has anyone had kind of like a wow moment so far that's kind of stopped things where you all had to turn your head a little bit?
Yeah, you can't leave Trent Noah on the three-point line. I think that's kind of just been a wow moment since I've gotten here. I could be all up in his face and he's still going to make the three. So I think that's kind of just been a moment that kind of turned my head, and I'm like, wow, something's brewing here.
Thanks, man. Good talking. Otega Oweh, one person. What's going on here? Not a crowd. Let's go talk to him.
Have a guy that's won a national championship on your team.
It's huge, and we try to make history for him too. Like, win 2 natties, 2 different schools, that'd be huge. But it's great. He went all the way, and that's something we have. Dreams and aspirations go all the way. So, any gems that he gives us is huge. We know that he's gonna go out there and play hard, play aggressive, because he knows how to win. So, we're definitely grateful to have Denzel on the team.
What's your biggest takeaway from your first year at Kentucky?
You just gotta be ready to play every single game. Every team is gonna give you their best. It's probably their Super Bowl when they play Kentucky. So, just being on your P's and Q's every single game. I say that's the biggest thing I learned my first year.
Glad people are showing up. I looked over here, you're by yourself. I'm like, how people forget Otega Oweh over here? Good to have you back for another one of these. What did you learn most from the NBA process? I know a big part of that was just getting feedback. What's some of the things you're taking with you into this season?
Conditioning is a big part. Guys in the NBA, they're in great shape. So I'd say that's the biggest thing I learned. Just, you got to be in shape so you can play, so you can be elite and efficient on both sides of the ball. And obviously, just, there's so much more than just playing basketball when you get to that next level. So just being vocal, being comfortable, and, being uncomfortable, I would say that's something I learned too.
We know you for being the big scorer last year. You did a lot of other things, but when I watched the summer scrimmages they aired in the NBA, you were a lockdown defender. And I don't know if that's something intentional, that you're going out of your way to be more aggressive, but that really jumped out as what we got to see of you in the summer.
Yeah, that was just me trying to show, I could do a lot of different things. I could be a scorer, I could be a defender, I could I could be a playmaker, but for me, it's when I get to the NBA, I'm probably gonna be on a good team where there's already solidified guys. So however I get on the court, which is my intensity, my motor, I feel like that's one of the biggest things I bring, and that's something I'm trying to bring back here. That this year, just be a nonstop defensive menace, as well as being a menace on the offensive end, and that kind of comes with the being in shape part, so I could do both.
Coming into the year, you'll probably potentially be SEC Player of the Year preseason, maybe a preseason All-American. How are you handling all the attention, all the hype, being the guy?
I mean, it's a blessing. Like I never thought it would be like this. So I'm not paying too much attention to it because that's when things start going downhill. But nothing really changes. Really, I still got going to the court and produce. So that's the main thing. I'm just excited to go out there and play. Show that I've gotten better and hopefully win. Because if we win, everyone gets what they want.
Two things this summer. You cut your hair, and everybody's talking about your tan. So tell me about those two things.
Yeah, cut my hair. Just wanted to change it up. I felt like I had dreads for a long time. It was the end of the era. Trying to spice up a little bit. But
are you gonna grow back?
Yeah, for sure. Not this year, but I'm gonna grow back out. And then turf toe. I did have turf toe. Yeah, been a long 4 or 5 weeks, but I'm good now. About to get back in action now, so I'm just grateful that it could have been way worse. So.
Are you full go practice?
Yeah, this is my first week. I'm gonna be full go. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about the rotation. Are you playing a lot of the 2, starting at the 3 right now? Kind of walk me through that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be the 3, but I could play 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's whatever it is to be out on the court more. I'm gonna go out there and play. We have a deep squad, so we're probably going to have a lot of different looks and rotations. But, yeah, I'll probably be at that 3 spot.
Talk to me a little bit about the other forwards on the team, whether it be Braden, whether it be Cam, even Trent. What do they bring to the court?
We got a lot of different identities, I'd say. You said that forward spot? We got, the 3. We got, like you said, we got Cam, we got Trent. Moki even played the 3 a little bit, Braden. So, we got shooters, we got aggressive downhill guys, we got playmakers. So it's a lot of different looks that we have, and like I said, we're deep, so we could switch it up a lot.
Talking about Mo, how's that relationship been with him? And do you guys think you guys can be kind of like a 1-2 punch kind of sort of on offense and defense?
Yeah, that's my little brother. I said it the other week. Like he was on the wrong side for a little bit, but no, he's back home. He's on the right side now. But yeah, I think our physicality is definitely going to be something that teams are going to really have to prepare for. Love playing with guys like Mo because in the big games the big games and the little games he's always going to bring that same energy. So I love playing with guys who they keep that same identity. No matter who you're playing, and you can always count on.
We all know what the team goal is for the season, but do you have any personal goals before you head off to the next level?
Yeah, I do for sure, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. I'm sure y'all know the goals, but I'm gonna work to those goals every single day. And like I said, if we win, everyone's gonna get what they want. Everyone's gonna cross a goal off their sheet. So
it's still early, but having been through this once, have you seen a difference at this stage and maybe something Pope's doing, his approach? Maybe the teams are completely different, but have you seen any changes just in where you all were at this spot this time last year?
Yeah, I'd say we're definitely competing a whole lot more. And that's probably because, we had an older team last year, so, he probably wanted to, pull back on the competing side in practices. But, the competitive energy for this team is huge. Like, every single day we doing drills where, there's a winner. So I'd say that's kind of different where, it keeps you really engaged, it keeps you locked in. So, yeah, we've been competing a lot.
You're from Newark, right?
Yeah.
You and Mo ever had
30 seconds. Let's get Walker Horn. 18 seconds. We have 18 seconds. 14 seconds. 12 seconds. Trying to get a buzzer beater. How good's the team going to be in 1 second?
Really good.
At the buzzer. Nailed it. We'll edit that. Thank you, Walker. All right, we did not plan that at all, but we ended with Walker Horn at the horn. You heard it there, folks. He said Kentucky's going to be good. We tried to get as many players as we could today. It's a quick media day, but it's good catching up with them. Big Blue Madness is coming up. Stick with KSR for all the other basketball content. It's here. It'll take your mind off football. Go Cats.